Hello ladies and gentlemen, so I made this video to show you a quick way to import your green screen video and to change the backdrop on your green screen video. So first off, specifically I'm using our Haiku project. What we need to do is get all our videos into our Haiku folder. So you can see I have my Finder open with my documents, there's the gateway to STEM, and there's the Haiku project inside of that. Some of y'all's folders might look like this. You click on it and open it up. First and foremost, I need to choose which video I'm using. So I have one video here. Keep your mind engaged. Use your passions as your tools. The power is yours. Okay, so that's one option. The other option was this one.
Keep your mind engaged. Use your passions as your tools. The power is yours.
Okay, so I like the second one better. And it's important as you're filming these to just know which one's your favorite. And as you film it, drag it into your project folder, okay? So right now, I already have it in my Haiku project folder so that I know it's there and I don't have to go back to my photo booth to find it. Okay, so now that that's done, I need to choose my backdrop. Now my backdrops for y'all are online, but I have mine on my desktop because I installed them all for y'all. So let's see what backdrop I want. Let's go ahead and go forward with this one. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, that's super trippy. I'm just going to go ahead and go forward with it. I'm going to take it. And for y'all, your video will be probably in your downloads. You have to drag it from your downloads, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this and drag it into my documents. Y'all should probably have about 20 of these. So if it's just floating around your documents, it's not in the right folder. It needs to go in your gateway to STEM, and then from your gateway to STEM, it needs to go in the Haiku project. That's another way to put it in there. So now I have my two videos. Now that I have my two videos, what I'm going to do is open up iMovie. Now I already have a video project that I already started up, but I'm going to go ahead and create a new one called a movie, and I am going to go ahead and start by importing my background. It's important to do your background first and then your foreground. The foreground would be the green screen video. The background is whatever video that you're using for your background. So I'm going to drag my background video in. It plays in there, or it's placed in there. And now I'm going to drag the foreground image, which is the video I made on the green screen. Now the issue here is that the background is not the same length as my green screen video. So I need to click on the background. I'm going to go up to modify. I'm going to go down to slow motion, and I'm going to slow it down by 50%. Still, it's not long enough to match up with my video. So I can go ahead and slow it down another 10% if I want. Oops, sorry. Actually, what it turns down to is it slows it down to the slowest level. So 10% is actually way too long. So I'm going to just press Command Z and undo what I did. Okay, Command Z again, and it goes back to the original size. Go back to modify, go to slow motion, and go to 25%. There we go. Now it's long enough for what I want. Now, because it's too long, I need to put my cursor on the edge here. It has arrows going back and forth. I click it and drag it to where my video ends. Now if I go back up here, I see at the end of my video, oh, I'm standing up. I don't like that. So I'm going to drag it until I'm no longer standing up in my video. Okay, now it's the right length. And now I'm going to drag my background video, make it shorter. Cool. So my background video and my foreground video are the same length. Now I'm going to click on my foreground video, which is the green screen video. And once I click on it, up here is a box with a dotted line box underneath it. You're going to want to click on that. Once you click on it, Cutaway is going to show up right over here. And you want to click on the Cutaway and go down to where it says green, blue screen. Okay, when you do that, it makes the green and the blue screen disappear. So you can either shoot it on green screen or a blue screen. Now, the issue that I'm seeing here is I don't like the fact that I'm too small. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to still be in my green screen video and I'm going to click the crop button. When I click the crop button, I'm going to shrink it down until I feel like my body fills the frame a lot better. Okay? After I do that, then I'm going to go back up to the crop button and press the crop button again, and now I'm a lot bigger. However, I don't like how it looks like I shot this on a green screen. You can tell because the color is different. Everything in the background is very vibrant and dark, and I'm kind of washed out. So let's go up here to this color palette. Okay? And we're going to play around with this until we find a way to make myself look like I am a little bit blended into the background. Okay? There we go. Those colors are a lot better now. So, now that I have that, I'm going to test it out and see what it looks like.
Keep your mind engaged. Use your passions as your tools.
Okay, I'm a little bit happier with that. Maybe boost my saturation just a little bit to make myself look a little bit brighter. And this one changes the warmth, so I can make myself super yellow or super blue. I'll just leave it in the middle there for right now, okay? So it looks like I'm happy with my color. Looks like I'm happy with how the background played out, okay? Now it's time for me to create a title. Now this project is our Haiku project, and it's focusing on our learning outcomes. So I need to make a title that is called New Tech Learning Outcomes, and it also has my specific learning outcome. This poem is about agency. I like this one right here because it starts off with the top and then it opens up with the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and drag it to the end. Drag it to the end of my clip. The reason I dragged it to the end is because I need to move this set of clips after it. If I click on one, the top one, it's going to let me move it over here. What I need to do is click on the bottom one, which is the background, and drag the background over it. And now it flips to the other side. So now I have my title, and I have my video. Click on the title, and let's change the title text. So, double click on the title text over here, and we're going to call this New Tech Learning Outcomes. That's a little bit too large. I want it to all be on one line, so I'm going to shrink it down maybe to, let's see, 80? Yeah, there we go. New Tech Learning Outcomes. And my specific learning outcome is agency. Okay? So now I need to make agency a little bit bigger because I don't like how small it is. Let's try that. Cool. Now that it's there, it should kind of realign itself after I'm done. Come back to it. Uh-oh, I made it too small. Go back to it. Let's try 300 again. There we go. Now it's realigned itself into the center. Let's see how it looks.
Keep your mind engaged. Use your...
Okay, now that that's there, I can see that I still don't like the fact that that's two different lines. I'm going to keep it going smaller. Let's try 58. Perfect. That's what I want.
Keep your mind engaged. Use your passions as your tools. The power is yours.
Okay, so now that my video is complete, I need to export it. So going up here, this is called the share arrow. Go into the upper right-hand corner, go to the share arrow, click on the share arrow. This is going to allow you to share it out to your desktop. Now you can choose the different formats you're going to use it in. I want you to make it a file. So let's go to File, okay? And you're going to start off here, and your video actually might be higher quality. It might be 1080. Just go ahead and make it to 720, and then make the quality medium. We don't need this to be super, super high quality. Now, let's change this title. This title needs to be formatted in the same way that I expect you to format your folders. So we're going to start off with 2019. We're going to do a dash. The month is August, so it's going to be 08. And then the day. The day that I'm creating this is the 28th, so I put a dash 28. And now, what I'm going to do is do an underscore and make this Haiku first, project, and then your name, which would be, obviously, Ryan underscore Edwards, okay? So now I know it's the Haiku project that's made by Ryan Edwards. Okay, this is the way I want you to do it. 2019, 08, 28, Haiku project, Ryan Edwards. So Haiku project and then your first name and your last name. Let's go ahead and press next, and it should be ready to export. Okay, Now we have to choose where we're going to export it to. Go to your Documents, go to Gateway to STEM, go to Haiku Project, and save it there. That way, it's going to save it directly to the folder that has all your project files. So go ahead and click up here and you can see how much longer it's going to take for your video to finish being made. Right now it's saying it's only 4 seconds. Okay, it's done. I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. I'm going to go look at my folder. Here it is, my project. It is 2019-08-28 Haiku Project. And if I change the view, I can actually see the full name, Ryan Edwards. So that's who made it. Double click on it, play it.
Keep your mind engaged. Use your passions.
Okay, you can see that it's a little fuzzy around my ears. There's ways to adjust this whenever you do green screen. There's some buttons you can play with up at the top to change the fuzziness of it. But right now I'm pretty happy with it overall.
Tools. The power is yours.
Okay. Please feel free to ask me any questions. I'm here to support you. And let's do a phenomenal job on these Haiku projects. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.